Hey everyone, this is Louis7, and today I am streaming the Lord of the Rings Online. Thought I would have a cat with me for a little bit, but she got tired of looking out the window as I was finishing getting set up here. So a little bit what I'm doing today is I'm going to be playing my Minstrel, and I'll get into why in a moment. But I have just a couple things that I need to, get my mail. So yes, this character is the one that I boosted to level 50 with the Valar that we got during the 15th anniversary. So the reason I decided to play this character is because I was in the mood either to play Minstrel or Lore Master. Don't know exactly why, but those were like the two classes I was wanting to play. And with the Minstrel being boosted to 50, it seemed perfect to play one of the boosted characters with the anniversary boost and go over some of the stuff that you might want to do if you use a level 50 boost, and play the Minstrel at the same time. I also, oddly, haven't been much in the mood for Yondershire, even though it's a new zone and I obviously haven't even played through it. So I don't know exactly what Yondershire questing is like, but I don't know, haven't been quite in the mood to start that. It also could be because my character, my brawler is the character I was thinking about going through that on, and I'm not interested in playing him. So perhaps I would go through it on a different one like my other warden. But yes, for the level 50 boost, you will get the skirmish quest, it looks like, from the mail. So you can do that if you want to unlock skirmishes. You also obviously have missions and all that sort of stuff. We'll go ahead and advance the anniversary stuff. Okay, there we go. And did want to say hello to, I believe that's a Russian name, at least Russian alphabet, somebody with that. Looks like a glass of ice water. Actually, I'm not familiar with that emoji. And then Michael, you asked if I'm playing on Legendary server today, and yes, I am on Anor today. And Heinrich, you said you boosted Captain to 120, and then your Minstrel to 105 and Guardian to 50. That's a decent combination and spread of characters and classes. Hello, the Geek Loose, doing good today. Speaking of that, y'all might notice my stream is a little bit earlier than usual. It's about 5 p.m. for me, a little bit after, since I am slow getting ready. But yeah, decided I would try to do the stream a little bit earlier today, and fortunately was able to. So yeah. Also, if you boosted your character to level 50, you will be taken to this location right outside the walls of Moria and Eregion. This is Eked Dunnan? Yes, Eked Dunnan. So I would get the Stable Master, and I would also recommend setting your milestone, your return home. I don't have a milestone skill yet. Well, that is a problem. You should, in some form or another, get that. Also, it is really weird to be playing a male minstrel. I think this is the only male minstrel I have ever made. I forgot I didn't get this character 100% set up, which I suppose can be a good thing. If anybody is curious about the actual level 50 boosting, basically all I did was get my skill bar set up and actually using the boost and opening the items. I think I went through a little bit of the virtue XP stuff. Yeah, I got like 1 virtue up, 2 virtues up actually, and put my trait points in. So I didn't really do too much on this character. So he's pretty fresh, very fresh actually, after using the boost and some of the items that came with it. But it looks like I am missing my milestone skill. That should be somewhere. That should be... There it is, milestone skill. Okay. So we got that, and now we can go ahead and bind our milestone to this one in Eked Dunnan. Hello, Bra McMoment. And X Combo. And Ilan? I think that is an I before the L. Those two characters are very similar. But you said you've always made Minstrel, and what has changed in this update? So generally the Minstrel has been buffed, but they've also had a couple of trait changes. For example, the Finesse trait has been reworked. It's now, you actually get Finesse in the Piercing Ballad trait for the red line, and the new one is Song of Arda. which is 25% light damage once you have it at full points. And the thing about Minstrel is, one of the reasons I think they can be a great class for Moria is all of their damage is light. Even Dissonant Strike, the melee ability, is light damage. So, yeah, that's just like a flat damage boost for them, essentially. Okay. So as far as stuff outside of Eregion, I probably won't be doing that, or outside of Walls of Moria, I mean, in Eregion. I probably won't be doing that on this character. I could always try to do School and Library at the Mirdain. They're actually useful to do because they give... There are some deeds in them, so just completing those could be useful, and as you all might know, I like to run them. They're an interesting solo challenge, and I think I talked about this, clipped this part in my video on the Lore Master, which was more of a highlight type video, but anyway. Okay, so we got Book 1, Chapter 1. This is Volume 2, so Walls of Moria. I get the legendary items. That'll be exciting for this character. But yeah, I like to use School at the Mirdain and Library at the Mirdain as a sort of test for characters after updates, like I did with the Lore Master. So it could be interesting to try that at level 50 with the Minstrel.
But we will reclaim it. Spies of our enemies are everywhere.
Audio is a bit quiet. Turn it up. There we go. I think I'm all set now. Hello, the Zocker. Which I believe it's a little bit earlier. Earlier for everybody compared to my usual stream time, but not as late for you. This character has a lot of cosmetics and stuff that still needs to be opened. Maybe we can, I don't know, do that over time. A lot of it's not really important, or a lot of it's cosmetics, which I could just put in my vault. Speaking of vault, did I get the town services on this character? I did not. I probably should do that. It is... I don't have to do that. My cat's names are Piper and Lexi. Piper is the relatively fat one, and Lexi is the relatively skinny one. Okay, so before we actually get questing, I do want to see... I don't have the travel to Karis Gladden skill. I got all these racial traits I might as well equip. But what I was thinking is I could go to South Bree and get the town services. Doesn't even necessarily have to be South Bree. And a way, actually I forgot about this, a way to get there for me is to travel to my kin house. Or I could even do a kinship member's house. For people that aren't in a kin on their Valor boosted character, perhaps you have a personal house to go to Bree, or you could do the travel from Ekiduna, which would take a little bit of time, or could of course be sped up with Mithril coins. Okay, so there is a way off this island. Here's the Kin Island. I wonder if there are any good minstrel cosmetics. There probably are. I'm just not familiar with them. I kind of like the starter outfit. Seems like it fits a minstrel, or at least fits this character to start. Okay, I would like to go to Rivendell if possible, but you have to discover that. I'll spend a Mithril coin. You get Mithril coins, I think, from the Valor even, but also got Mithril coins from the anniversary. So I don't mind spending Mithril coin to go ahead and have Rivendell unlocked, and then I should be able to swift travel to Ekiduna, although it says I have to spend... Oh, don't have enough money. Well, that would be bad. You do get silver. You do get 1 gold, it looks like, from the Valor. I believe that would have been from the Valor, but I also have Hobbit gifts to open, it looks like. Universal Ingredient packs, those are nice. I've also noticed the Valor gear... Oh, I really forget for level 50, but it didn't seem too impressive to me to start. The jewelry might be okay. Relatively okay. But yeah, perhaps level 51 crafted armor could be a decent upgrade. Okay, so why am I in Rivendell and where did I want to go? Oh, I wanted to get the town services. This is the wrong way. Well, while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and discover the Elrond's library, that stable master. Also known as the last homely house.
Greetings to you.
Oh, I don't have enough money, that's right. Oops. Okay, eventually we will make it somewhere. For some reason, I thought this character was just like ready to quest. I would have thought I got the town services, which now lasts 2 weeks. But I guess I never did get that. Ooh, light aura. That is perfect for minstrel. Can you put a light aura on your instrument? That would be neat. I really hope that actually works and the instrument glows. Let's see, I see the sword glowing and I don't see the instrument glowing. That's unfortunate. I think a light aura, well, if I had my shield showing, might be able to see that. But I think the light aura is perfect for minstrel. Okay, so this character's virtues, I got 2.5 of them up. I'm earning loyalty and that will go into wit. If I get any virtue XP.
How can I be of service?
So yeah, it's kind of odd with update 33 and the 15th anniversary. I've done some of that stuff, but with update 33, I have been more excited. Oh, I still don't even have South Bree. Have not discovered, okay. I guess that part at least makes sense. But yeah, with update 33, I just haven't been too interested in Yondershire. It was kind of interesting from an exploration point, did that in the beta, and the zone was... Let's see, map? The zone was really neat with all that and the such, and it looked like it could be fun to quest through. Probably some quests similar to the Shire. Yeah, maybe in the near future I will get to that. I just feel like with, I guess, all the other stuff in the 15th anniversary, and again, getting the Valors, and with update 33, the class changes, Minstrel getting a buff. Not that this level 50 Minstrel can take advantage of all that all too much. I just feel like I'm missing exactly these two skills, two relatively important abilities. Yes, light damage tracery would be nice. Word of Craft, that is that tracery, if I remember correctly. I noticed the game is a little bit, seems choppier than usual. I had a hitch there, but just generally seems to not be running particularly well today. See if that helps. Wow, that actually did help quite a bit. All I did was change the thingy. In the task manager, I changed the CPU priority to real time, and that significantly helped. That's why I recommend it. Okay, so the reason I'm going to Lalia's market, it's another way to spend mytho coins, but there is something very nice that you can get from this market. I guess Lalia works for just 3 mytho coins, which is actually really cheap mytho coin wise. I think that would equal about like 30 Lotro points at a 10-to-1 conversion. And you can get returned to Lalia's market, which is very convenient because it's one, a Bree port. Bree is a city, and South Bree, of course, has all those connections for swift travel, but it's also right next to the VIP rewards vendor. So it's something I recommend getting on every character. I forget for some of my characters, and then when I realize they don't have it, it can be a little bit annoying. But now I will go to Ekkedunnen and try to sell real quick so I can at least get some silver if I want to travel more. We can sell one of the Flame of Encalamirs, I only need one. And we can get our Corgi pet. Looks like I had that somewhere. Okay, I have a whole bunch of notifications. Epic battles. Probably won't be doing those anytime soon on this character. Okay, I don't need to see any of the rest of that stuff. And I think we're actually ready to go questing once I untrack a bunch of these things. I think I got this character skill bar mostly set up. I've done Minstrels a little bit odd for my skill bar setup, at least, because I used to have, it seemed like the ballads would be the main abilities of them, and maybe they even used to be a bit more. I also don't have the ballads quite properly set up for me, but I used to have those as 1, 2, 3, and then I would have all the cries and calls maybe on the shift bar a little bit, but also cluttering up the main bar there. And one problem I would run into was that there are just a lot of abilities with the Minstrel. So that didn't work all too well for me. And then I tried putting the ballads up top, and I like that a little bit better. Also, with all the anthems, I do tend to keep them on, I think it will be later, it'll be... So I'll get 2 more. Something does seem a little bit odd about it, but 7, 8, and 9, that would move the coda to 0. I don't know, I'd actually have to look at my high level minstrel, see how I have it set up. 2 health left on that guy. Also haven't played minstrel much since the ballads were buffed. This was a while ago, this wasn't a part of the update 33 changes, but yeah, a while ago the minstrel damage was a little bit reworked. If I remember correctly, they buffed the ballads like relative to the cries and calls, so they're not as weak as they used to be. Because the difference in damage between the cries and calls and ballads used to be even more extreme. And now ballads don't actually even do bad damage. If we look at the numbers, I actually noticed Piercing Cry does almost as little damage as Minor Ballad there. But still, the calls and cries do more. Piercing Cry, even though it's the lowest damage of all the cries and calls that I have at this level, it is still probably the most valuable because it's immediate and can do the great animation canceling. It feels weird to call it a nice day outside when it's super gray, but it was raining basically all day, so I had thought I would leave the curtains open. Of course, I'm not really looking outside, but I noticed it's perhaps brighter from that side than usual since the window's like right to my left. Okay, chapter 3. I usually do the side quests here, even after having done them so much. I just like to do them. I believe that is for the southwest. And I also believe I will eventually get more quests there, or there's a reason at least that I tend to wait to do that. So I'll go deliver more lunches, I believe. There's something fun about delivering lunches to the dwarf workers. I don't know, I just feel like it's a fun quest. I have done Walls of Moria a lot lately. It's kind of hard not to if you want to unlock legendary items, but I did it on my hunter. And I thought I did it on another character. I did it on my Beorning and a Lore Master somewhat recently, but that hasn't been too soon. But it seemed like I went a really long period without running through any of the Walls of Moria stuff, and then I've been running through it more frequently lately. Oh, that was nice. I used 2 abilities, but it was a one-shot. Same there. I also will point out that this is a really nice time to be on a low population server. Most of these servers have quite a bit more population than Anor, which doesn't help with lag. I've heard other servers are quite laggy, and when I made the character on Arkenstone to do the everything you get guide with the anniversary stuff, it was a lot more laggy. And when we did that with the Lore Master, I believe. Yes, I have used Gifts of the Valar from the Lotro store before. I did a few 120 Valars on Arkenstone when they went on, they were on like a 75% sale or something like that. See, for the lizards, I don't need to kill anymore, except there's a great... Well, there's the Eregian Deed, and this is actually one of the best spots to get the lizards and crawlers in Eregian Deed. There are other spots you can do that, of course, in Eregian proper, but for people that don't know, this is a great place to do that. And for this character, I feel like I might as well just... Wait, did I go back to the entrance? I don't think I've ever done that before. Also, these icons look so weird. I don't remember Story of the Hammerhand having that icon. I hardly even remember the ability being named Story of the Hammerhand. Suppose it's entirely possible they added a new skill to Lore Masters and I never even realized that, but... Does it change icon in different stances? Could that be it? Huh. And this one you can target, yeah, grants to a fellowship member. Oh, that one you can't even use on yourself. Okay, maybe that is what I'm getting mixed up on. Okay, we'll try to go the not wrong way this time. Might as well hit things while running, even if I don't need to kill them. Yeah, Champion is kind of crazy. That's the one I leveled. I meant to do Hunter, but it actually turned out to be beneficial to do Champion. But Champion damage in the intro is crazy. Tactical classes tend to be weak, not just Minstrel, but Lore Masters, Runekeeper. I think those are all the tactical classes, but those ones are weak at low levels. I'm guessing one reason is there's no tactical damage rating granting items, whereas melee classes or any physical classes have things like weapon DPS, which affects all their skill damage, and tactical classes don't have anything comparable to that to boost their damage and like smooth their progression. It's something I'm sort of surprised hasn't been either addressed or attempted to be addressed over time in the game, but that is the way it has been for a very long time that I remember. Tactical classes just being weak at low levels. And then they start having similar progression. I would say similar progression, especially after you get your legendary items, starting with Moria, but in my experience tends to get better in the like level 20s time. It's crazy to think that Echoes of Battle actually does somewhat reasonable damage. Not sure if Minstrels... Oh yeah, that does remind me. Minstrels were actually really strong at low levels at one point. But... this character, I must have intro skipped him. That's what I do with most characters. So I did not play very low level Minstrel at all. It seems to be okay damage, but my tactical mastery is quite low. And my weapons, I don't have legendary weapons yet. But damage seems okay. If I remember correctly, my hunter was doing higher damage at this point, even pre-LIs.
Must fight for dwarves.
Did I use the... I think I already used the jug. We got enhancement runes. It's funny they give you enhancement runes before you can actually even use those. That would seem a little bit confusing to me if I were like a new player. I don't know how new players actually feel about it, but yeah, for me, I could definitely see myself being confused. Like, you get these enhancement runes for level 50 uncommon, tracery level 50 uncommon, and you don't even have a legendary item to put them on. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing that you get LI boosting items in this, but that was a bit strange. I think I like the advanced light shield better. What does this look like? Not impressive. Stuff going on with Lotro forums. I think it's a great thing that Orion, is that who it is? Yeah, Orion made that forum post and asking for feedback. I really wish Standing Stone Games or developers would consider doing that with things like PvE content. I'm personally not too interested in PvMP, but I still think it's a great thing that they do that. But even with things like class balance, I really think that as a spot that Standing Stone Games misses on is interaction with the community, like they Fantas did for a period with PvMP, and it sounds like Orion is doing. Does it make sense to play a Warden with 200 latency? It can if the lag doesn't bother you, but if the lag bothers you enough, then that might be a bit rough. Okay, so we're going back west. Oh, I should probably... I didn't even realize this character. We need to create a new tab. I wish loading and unloading the UI, saving the UI, I mean, would do this automatically, but every character I have to set up like this. So now you all can't see that tab, but I'll rename it Kin. Actually, I'll do KFR. I do KFR for Kin Fellow Raid, just to have one tab with all that stuff. And I will change it to KFR. So it's basically my pay attention tab that I sometimes don't pay attention to. We will change this one. We will get kinship out of there. Did that all while traveling west. It's a great thing about traveling. You can actually be productive while traveling. Who is? I'm guessing they're level boosted, but I have no idea who that is. The burglar. My name should be Lotro Louis. That's actually what I originally named my channel, was Lotro Louis 7, because I had, back in the day, a little bit of grand plans to have a separate Louis 7 channel for like every little different thing I would do. So I think I even, at that time, I played Torchlight, so I had like Torchlight Louis 7, and I think that's about as far as I got.
We will need both branches and stones to repair these pickaxes.
I think you can still on YouTube go to youtube.com/user/LotroLouis7, and that does still take you to my channel. You can also just do youtube.com/Louis7 as the easiest one, though. Okay, heading west because we gotta help Ori. And he wants us. We gotta get stones, and we have to get sticks, I think. Thick branches. Essentially sticks and stones. I don't remember, do we have to kill Kraben? I don't think we do. That would be another time if you don't have that D done for Aegean, though. Can get a bit of progress on that. Hello, Salmon Fire. No. I don't know why I was trying to shout at the thick branches. Don't think that does much for me. Speaking of branches, I'm thinking of the Forester branches, and this character should become an explorer. It would be a bit tough to get that all the way up, and I kind of doubt the server has mats on the auction house to do that, but yeah, I'm thinking picking up explorer wouldn't be a bad idea, but trying to fit that in, that would be the hard part. I also don't really need the materials, so I might not even need the distraction of Explorer. It's something that goes against my general mindset with playing MMOs, but I feel like I just need to ignore crafting in Lotro. Because while it is fun at lower levels, and I think having, like for my tailor, it's good having the tailor. He's probably the most useful one. I just find progressing, crafting, and all that to be boring, and then gathering materials, of course, consumes. It's time consuming, and then I don't even do anything with the materials. Need 2 more branches. Usually, I'm having trouble with Walls of Moria today. Usually I'm quicker about this place, but it's going slow. Yeah, usually I make sure I get all of those. Or usually would actually get the stones, then get all the branches up here. I believe there should be another one. I see some sparkles over there. So MVS, you are, oh, speaking of crafting, you are having trouble choosing a vocation as a Beorning. I would say Metalsmith, if you want to make yourself armor, could be a good one. It's hard to recommend something like Weaponsmith or Woodworker because the legendary item system will essentially take all of your weapons and I think the excitement out of weapon crafting out. But Metalsmith could be useful to make armor, and in some periods of the game, it can be very great armor, such as low levels, like especially level 58 and below. You can make some great crafted gear. Now with reputation above level 58 to about 95, if I remember correctly, you can also make some great crafted sets, but those recipes will require reputation and barter. And then after that, it's a little bit iffy. Some tiers, I think, have good crafted pieces, and some of them don't have so great crafted pieces. And some of the ones, even if they do have not so great crafted pieces, the options that are available also require reputation. It's been something I've seen more and more people start complaining about, is the crafting at high levels. That's something I don't know how much Standing Stone games would want to like invest their time into updating crafting versus something else, but I definitely think it's one of the things that could use a touch up in the game. A touch up as in a revamp. Personally, I would like to see guild crafting removed or like heavily revamped, and then regular crafting I think could use an all-around update.
What do you want? I'm very busy with my work. Some madness has taken the worst of this place.
Dual wielding with Beorning, if you want to do more damage in man form, which I definitely think is fun. I prefer dual wielding on a Beorning, even though it's better with two-handed weapon for damage. But yeah, outside of man form damage, it is, which way do I need to go? dual wielding can allow you to get more stats if you are tanking or healing in the yellow line, would be the other benefit of it. But typically I would probably end up choosing two-handed weapon. Has this path always been clear? I actually never remember this being an opening. Huh. Because that would be quicker to get back this way. That's like a huge shortcut here. I don't think there's a way back up there, but to at least get down here.
The glorious tale of Broy
Shadow Wargs.
That's what they will call it.
So we have to find the cause of the wolves' madness, which happens to be down in the southwest, exactly where we have to go for some of the side quests. So that is why I tend to wait to do that one until later. And we finally have a cat stomping around. So Salmon you're wondering how many trait points a level 50 Valor grants. It gives you only the trait points that you would get from naturally leveling. So starting at level 7, I believe, you will get a trait point every other level, which means I would have 22 trait points at level 49 and 22 trait points at level 50. So that is all you get. I still have, compared to another character that naturally would have naturally leveled to 50, that means I still need to, one that naturally leveled to 50 might have more trait points from things like the class quests, which are a part of class deeds for Minstrel, and from other class deeds. I think that's pretty much it at this point. Technically, you could do the Volume 5 stuff, which the first book in that, which is only book available, would. Yeah, Minstrel damage definitely lower than my Hunter at this point. But that could also be this Minstrel. I should say this Minstrel's damage is lower than my Hunter's was at this point. Also, I have a whole bunch of expansion stuff to open, and the reason I would want to open the expansion stuff is I know there are XP boosters in there, and because I am greedy for XP, I will go ahead and do that. We probably want the... Actually, I don't think I'm going to end up using this, but I'll go ahead and get that one for now. Imagine how much more XP I could add if I actually use these XP boosters. Also, if y'all hear funky noises, that would be the cat. Helm's Deep Legendary Enhancement Runes require Seeker of the Deep Places. Item level 130 to 200, so it's probably Helm's Deep. Wonder where those came from. Was it from the Helm's Deep expansion they updated that? And yeah, class deeds. I don't mind class deeds themselves so much. Some of the specific class deeds are annoying, but as some of you probably know, it's the class trait points being in class deeds and other things, especially the other things, that annoys me. Okay, Shield of the Hammerhand. Armor of the Hammerhand, don't want that. Gift of Veins, that used to actually be a thing. Intro skip weapons, wow. Okay, where is... There should be a Gundabat thing here. There we go. That one's got a nice earring. And it has Fateful Thunder weapon aura. I wish that worked on the instrument. That would be so neat. The auras actually did. Anthem of Composure, dude. Yikes. Obviously, haven't even unlocked that if I don't have Anthem of Composure selected. Okay, Darude Stone. And Minas Morgul is going to be here somewhere. There it is. Collector's Edition. I could open Collector's Edition, but that will be cosmetics mainly. I am looking for Minas Morgul Ultimate. There we go. So the Ultimate fan bundles for these things that I'm opening were not a part of what was in the 15th anniversary, if anybody is curious. You know what, these tracery tokens, I'm going to open that. Okay, that is bound, but you can actually use this tracery token and give the tracery that you barter to an alt, I believe. And Anthem of Composure is different than the res, but there is also the res deed, which is, I think, 250 reses, something like that. As a solo minstrel, that is probably the worst deed in the game. Like, if you only play solo, you don't have anybody to res, and you need to get that deed to get that trait point. I think, if I remember correctly, this cat, rather, is making my nose all itchy with her cat fur. By the way, I don't think you all can see it, but now that I'm moving in like 2 months, I made a little cat den for my cats where the bed used to be. It's kind of dark back there, since I have my curtains. I think I got cat fur in my mouth. I wonder how. There we go. This cat's name is Piper. And yes, Sarner would be that area where you can get rep. I don't know about Troll Deed, but it's in the Dwarf area. Okay, what am I doing? Uh-oh, I can't do my local recording. I ran out of disk space. I can, I think, fix that. If I can find the recycle bin. There it is. Momentary pause while the cat attempts to destroy your all's ears. Okay, hopefully that got me a bit of space. 60 gigabytes, but that'll be simple enough for now. She is... That's a good question. Let's see, 2, 3. He might be coming up on 4 years old, is that right? Wow.
Many foul things dwell in the
Maybe
depths
even
of the
5
mountains.
years old.
I fear the orcs will be the least of our troubles. I doubt that Lord Balin still lives.
Let's see, I'm trying to think exactly. Yeah, 2018. I think I got them around the summer of 2018. And they were probably about a year-ish old then. So we'll be coming up on 5 years old. It's crazy to think they're that old. Do different vocations? Yes, different vocations have their own guild reputation, that is. Yeah. Okay, we were doing stuff here. I don't know if I did the warg stuff. This whole cat thing got me distracted, especially with how itchy she's making my nose right now. Oh yeah, you can get steel tokens during the anniversary. That's actually pretty nice. Oh, I'm capped on motes of enchantment? That's not good. I need to spin some of those.
What foul and nameless things we face in Moria, I know not.
I have not watched Moon Knight. If I remember correctly, that is a Marvel series. Against the microphone. So the reputation so Dennis, there are two types of, I guess, reputation things with crafting. There's just regular reputation that's unrelated to the crafting, but those would be like zone reputation, reputation factions within the game that are associated with all the zones and expansions and the such. So those ones, you can barter for any of the recipes from them if you have enough reputation, but for the guild crafting, that is the one you would need for each individual craft. Each individual vocation, you would need its own reputation up. So there's like the Tailor's Guild, Metalsmith Guild, or Armorsmith Guild, I guess it would be. Weaponsmith Guild, Jeweler's Guild, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, to do all the crafting, you would have to have more than one character because you can only have 3 vocations per character. Now, they did update this somewhat recently-ish, at least within the past few years. I forget exactly when. But they made it so you can be in more than one guild, crafting guild, on a single character. But since you can still only have 3 crafts, and I think only 2 of them typically are have guilds, you're still limited. So I hope that makes sense in the distinction there is clear. Can you jump up this? Oh, probably not. That's a bit steep. That would have been a neat shortcut, though. Oh, I was about to get confused. This is a cave inside the Walls of Moria. It's in southwest area of Walls of Moria. So I'm working for this character on getting his legendary item and essentially getting ready for Moria, which I'm oddly, I don't know, I might spend a bit of time on this character. I'm oddly excited to do Moria. And we will see as time progresses, but there are a couple areas of interest, I guess, in Moria. It has been either a very long time, I think I started this on a character, but a very long time / never that I have done a couple specific parts of Moria that I'd be interested in finally getting to. One reason I don't do those is I often, by the time I get to the higher level zones, I'm typically just ready to get out of Moria. And also the book quests, if I try to do the book quests in Moria, that just starts to annoy me. I'm not a fan of the book quests in Moria. Basically at all, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm interested in Moria. And yes, Walls of Moria is the intro to Moria in southeast again by Ekadunan. I'm totally getting myself lost here. Something I am noticing is how much stronger the ballads are than last time I really did much of a dive into Minstrel. I also feel like I keep going the wrong way. Am I headed? No, I'm headed the wrong way. That would be why. I think I got all the pages though, so that's good for being on autopilot and just being slow today. I don't think I've used my coda. I haven't even used an Anthem, but I was just excited to use the coda. Okay, so I will try to stay on track this time and go the right way. Oh yeah, I think I jumped down last time to get the pages. That would make sense. And then somebody asked what class I think is the strongest in Lotro. It really depends what context. That's a tough question to answer just to say one class is the strongest. I think Beorning overall is in a pretty good place right now. They're probably could consider, like, from an overall perspective, one of the strongest, taking everything into consideration. Mainly because there are 3 specs, unlike a lot of other classes are at least somewhat viable. Yep, got a new deed from one of those. And then if I remember correctly, the bone pile is one of these two. I think it's, yep, the left one. And we are ready for turn-ins. But in some other contexts, perhaps you could consider the hunter one of the strongest classes, especially solo leveling perspective. And then Donuts, no, Sepher, you said I should co-stream with Ending. That could be interesting. I have sometimes tried to do co-ops with people, but none of them have just ever really worked out. And then least favorite instrument. I don't know if any really annoy me. The lute, I think that's what I'm using, don't have much to comment on it. I could see bagpipe being annoying because sometimes it has a somewhat annoying-ish sound, but I actually like bagpipe. I used to do drums, but they haven't had as much appeal with them lately. I will say, hearing the male shout, I mentioned playing a male minstrel is a little bit weird to me, so the male shout is a little bit odd. I know a lot of people actually just mute the shouts. There is a way to do that. You can press Alt-R and filter sounds. If you go to sounds here, you can record for sounds. So if you do a shout and could do that and then stop, you'll see that I did challenge force maybe? Male elf scream. So if you hear that, you can like filter it, but I don't do that. I was actually thinking, Sepher, about, I have no idea if I'm saying your name right, but I was actually thinking about updating my favorite classes list because it definitely, well, it'd actually be interesting if it was the same, but I feel like I've gone through a lot of fluctuations recently. So am I going the right way? No, I am not. I feel like I should just explore this whole cave at this point, but here I am just having fun killing half-orcs. I feel like a lot of my recent streams haven't done enough just slaying, so it's kind of good to be back. I spent so much time organizing my inventory in the last stream with all the Valars. That was basically the whole stream. It seemed like just getting my character set up. And then, oh, did I not turn everything in? Oh, here it is.
Dark things dwell now
Orc
in
Stalker.
Moria.
Yeah, level 50, rare tracery. I feel like I'm getting more traceries than I did on my hunter. I don't know if they've updated these or if it's just my misremembering. See, either of those are possible. I'll get the shield because then all the other stuff is useful for me.
Can be restored. The orcs
Definitely not a bad thing. Apparently I still need to do something here. Or what is that? Unpleasant. No, that's ready for turn-in. I guess that's still just tracking on the map. And everything else it looks like I got done. Wait, that's the guy in the cave. I need to bring it to him. Okay. Yeah, captains are also one of the stronger classes. They're slow solo, but they are sturdy. In my experience, they are the slowest class. Of course, if you used a 120 Valor, basically everything is super OP with the 120 Valor. You have what is essentially level 130 gear at level 120, which is pretty crazy. And you can get a quite decent ally with all the stuff that Valor gives you. Kind of hard to hit the shift keys while kiting, I notice. Have the same issue on the Warden though. I may get some screenshots of this character. I don't know if hop a leg at nighttime is best, but we'll see. That would have been better from the single. Pigborn. I would have to hear that one in game to see or hear what it sounds like. I actually do want loot boxes. I want 4 of them on this character because each character gets 4 keys. Definitely do not buy keys for loot boxes. I feel the need to say that because it's not something I tend to support. Yes, you can play and quest and do instances on 2 accounts if you would like. People will definitely do that in Lotro. Dual box or multi-box.
It is said that Durin's Bane dwells here, though we have not seen it.
First mission in Rohan. I believe you should get a letter in the mail, but if you did not get a letter in the mail or you're looking to start Rohan at an early level, I think you can start it as early as either 70 or 71. I forget, some of the expansions are really weird and the starting quests are like 1 level higher than the start of the expansion, so it kind of throws that off a little bit. But, oh, the Rohan map, I'm not used to it. Still, okay, let's go to Rivendell. Wait, can we actually... Wow, they make it really hard to get to the Great River, huh? Rivendell? No Great River. Rohan? No Great River. Southern Mirkwood? No Great River. Lothlorien? Great River. I think somewhere around this bridge, somebody should have a quest for you to get started on Rohan and the Worsteed quest line and all the such.
Is it in me to do great deeds?
We have one cat enjoying looking out the window. As long as no garbage trucks come. She loves growling. I don't know so much loves, but she always growls at the garbage trucks or any other noisy trucks for that matter.
Many foul things dwell in the depths of the mountains.
The Fall of Moria.
This will be the least of our troubles.
Someone or something has
This one I will accept. This one I want to filter.
Doom awaits. I have need of your great skill.
Long have Durin's folk desired to look upon the halls of Moria once again, to reclaim their
Do I get bored playing the same game for so long? Sometimes I do. That's why there are periods where I have not played as much Lotro, such as actually recently. I have not played Lotro before April that much this year, really. Lost Ark, I feel like that one and Elden Ring, 2 of the, I guess, bigger games of late, I just don't have much interest in them. That does remind me of New World. I wonder how that game is doing, because it seemed like I did hear maybe starting in February there were some what I heard were called good updates. Don't know if they would be good for me, but yeah, it's sometimes just hard for me to find other games. And as far as like thinking about YouTube content with other games, it seems to be a reality that focusing on one game is the ideal there. $3.1K devastate. So Salmon Fire, I'm kind of the opposite. I've probably done not even quite every single quest in Moria. I also will admit that, but I don't think I have actually completely finished the epic. Maybe I have, but I don't think I have completely finished the epic on any character in Moria, because it starts to annoy me pretty early on, to be honest. But yeah, I did it. I think one of my longer runs with it was on my Warden on this server. I actually really tried to get through the Moria epic, but it was just boring me so much. That is when I get in the mood to switch to other games, but I am definitely on a Minstrel and Lore Master kick in Lotro lately. Oh, we're going to war. So yeah, Lost Ark, I get some of these recent games mixed up, but one of those was more of an action RPG, ARPG, which I'm not too much interested in. I could always try it, and for all I know, I could like it, but I feel like it'd be very tough to get me to like an ARPG, even if it's an MMO ARPG, if people ever use that acronym. Yeah, Beorning's really nice because Beorning and Brawler, their class deeds, class trait points are a bit nicer. A game I would be interested in trying to do YouTube would be Mario Golf 64, which I believe you can play if you have like the Nintendo Switch Online thing, whatever that service is called. Oh man, I wore the wrong shirt today. It's actually chilly in here, so I need to wear somewhat. Would have had to wear a pullover jacket of some sorts, but yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I don't know why Native American game Prey, I guess single player, but Native American game called Prey, I guess I've never heard of that one actually. But that reminds me, I wanted to try Valheim. I don't really know what happened to that. But yeah, during the period around February-ish, I think when I just wasn't really much in the mood for Lotro, maybe in March, I thought about doing Valheim, but never got around to it. No, tell dwarves to stop disturbing the water. I forget this character's name is Gru. I don't know, it's just a weird name. For me, at least. Lost Ark requires too much grind, and there is definitely a decent chance I wouldn't like it, which is odd considering Lotro at least endgame. Pre-endgame, depends what you would consider grind, I guess. Some people consider just regular questing grindy. Who is Broger? Is he down south? I think he's down south. There are so many times you go back and forth in this, I sometimes just go completely the wrong way for a long time before realizing, like, where I'm going is the opposite of where I should be going. Okay, is this one we see some tentacles pop out? Minor spoilers. I feel like it's hard to spoil Walls of Moria. It's been out for at least 10 years. Let's see, when did Moria come out? 2009-ish? Oh, 2008. Was Mirkwood 2009 then? I was thinking Mirkwood was maybe 10. Maybe I'm just a year late on all them. Yeah, Mirkwood would have released December-ish, maybe even November 2009. kind of annoying, but if you stay with your UI hidden, it will keep auto unhiding it at some points. We'll see if that's been fixed. Oh yeah, there we go. Like, I don't have my hands on the keyboard even, just auto unhide it. It's almost like a cinematic in game, but it is unfortunately not voice acted. I feel like this one, just because of the way they do the camera, is at least a little bit more immersive than other story moments in the game like this, where it's mainly NPCs talking. But I still think it would help to have it voice acted. Oh, we get that dwarf cheering though. Wow, the corgi is completely unfazed by the tentacles. Oh, I can actually control the camera now. Oh, only again in combat. Didn't one of these at one point give you run speed? It does! Wow, I can't believe I remembered that. That just seems like such an odd effect and random thing to remember about that. Also, might need to heal myself. Court of Salvation and Cry of the Chorus, I feel like, are two underrated minstrel abilities. Court of Salvation, both of them are immediate. I think that's one reason why. So you can, if I use like Call of the Second Age here, I can completely skip its animation and just heal myself at the same time. And then same with Cry of the Chorus, but Cry of the Chorus also gives you all of the ballad buffs and gets you ready to use these things. Anthems, that's what they're called. And then you can use your coda. All at Second Age. Give me a run speed boost. Oh, now I can use my mount though. I feel like that's a good description of that particular enemy. One enemy or many. It's kind of both. Both one enemy and both one enemy and many enemies. Well, got that done. That didn't take all too long, maybe an hour-ish, or even less than an hour. I feel like on a good day I could probably get through all that in half an hour to 40 minutes or so. This chest piece will actually be, for this level at least, a relatively big upgrade. Like when you're getting 150%, even more than that, boost in vitality, it's a decent upgrade. And then all the other stuff, like increased tactical mastery, that's the main appeal. And the crit multiplier. Alright, chapter 9. Oh no, I thought I filtered that. I have already filtered it, but I have the quest. Alright then. Let's fix that. Didn't it back in the day that used to be required? At least I remember that was one of the things when I very first getting into this point that really annoyed me was the fall of Moria. And then I think I found out you could skip it at a later point, but I don't know if the reason I found out later is because they didn't have it so you could skip it later, but you know. I do think this ring will be an upgrade. Probably not. Never mind then. Wait, did I get my... Did not get the LI. I have to talk to the dude in Rivendell probably. Or no, he's right out here. Actually, I forget. I just did this on the Hunter, but I actually have already forgotten what you need to do. Probably don't need to level it up, but I think you still have to talk to the Forge Master. Do we want a sword? A mace, dagger. Could see dagger having appeal for some people, or mace or club. Some people do like those, I know. Club, if you're a minstrel, or not if you're a minstrel, if you're a hobbit, a lot of people seem to like that. But I will go a sword for this character. Well, we got our LI. The biggest thing is the tactical damage rating. I am actually very curious how much of a damage upgrade that is. Call to Fate. just for reference, does about 1,000 to 1,500 damage roughly. And what 49.58 tactical damage rating does, about 50 tactical damage, is it almost doubles my damage. I think this is a great example of why tactical classes are at a disadvantage until they get their legendary items, because you don't have any source of tactical damage rating, which is a big factor in your damage. Basically, just as important as weapon DPS, but your weapon DPS doesn't affect tactical hits. But of course, for physical classes, weapon DPS affects all their abilities. For the most part, all the important damaging ones. In Salmon Fire, generally Minstrels are relatively weak at endgame, but I do think there are situations where people sort of, as you say, shun certain classes or specs because they are not always the most optimal.
Greetings to you.
And not to say that that's like always a bad thing, because of course for higher tier content, if you're just trying to get through something as quickly as possible, then having a DPS minstrel probably would end up holding your group back a little bit. Well, minor ballad damage, I believe that's the stronger ballad. Wow, that makes its damage. Do we have to re-equip for the tracer? Let's see. I forget. No, it's just for enhancement runes. But anyway, that is a pretty big boost to damage to the already strong S ballad. Something I actually forget. Can't really tell with that. I wonder if the 45% ballad damage affects it before other boosts. Don't know. That would have been a decent time to test that, though. What are we doing? Dithalion? Is he the guy at Rivendell, probably? This is how they get you. How appealing that single mithril coin is to instantly travel there. I don't know what the max target is for Minstrel AoEs. It's probably pretty high, and there are traceries. There's a universal role tracery that any class can get that increases maximum target of AoEs. I think it would be for gold. It would probably be 4 targets, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Oh, and now we can go to Rivendell Stables, but I don't even need that. Actually, I'm at the Rivendell Stables. We could go to the nearer the archive, Elrond's last homely house place thing. Could do skirmishes on this character. Oh yeah, so to get to my Moria plans, depends partially what you all think, but what I was leaning towards was actually skipping a lot of the low-level Moria stuff, since that is what I have done more of, and thinking about doing maybe missions and even skirmishes. I can unlock skirmishes, maybe run 1 or 2 of those, do some fun AoE minstrel stuff. Could do that on missions as well, but thinking about, yeah, getting maybe level 53, 54-ish, and then going straight to the high-level stuff in Moria. I believe you can skip to any zone you want to do. I don't think they have any prerequisites for other zones. And if I'm not doing the book quests, it's just like going through zone quests like a regular MMO zone at that point. Wow, I have so many notifications. Okay. Yes. I already know how this works, but if you don't know how this works, maybe it would have been useful to read that. I will also get the vitality. Oh yeah, tactical classes don't have one that gives you even more. Wait, yeah, they do. What am I talking about? Oh, it's outgoing healing. That's the problem. So tactical classes do. Wait, I should look through all these before I go on about this. We will pause my commentary for just a second. Okay, yes, tactical classes don't have a vitality tracery, one that has more vitality. I think they're technically called defensive. So there's no defensive will tracery, essentially, that gives you tactical mastery and has the itemization that is more lean towards defenses, aka more vitality, which is what I would choose for... I don't know that I would ever not choose a defensive one, but there we go. We'll get that. Alright, know how all that works. We can bring it to Snar. Although I think I technically don't even have to talk to him specifically, but because the quest text said to, and it's quicker than doing the town services. And then Wrathwald, he's by Eked Dunnan, which I could use this. I think if I don't need a return here, might as well. Oh, skirmishes though. Do we want to do a skirmish? Unlock skirmishes. Is there... The thing about unlocking skirmishes is they would be nice to have, but the reality is I'm probably not going to run them anyway. And hello, Mongoose McMongoose. That's a fun name. Sepher, you were thinking about rolling a new tune. Loremaster or Hunter for more fun leveling experience. I can say for me personally, Loremaster would not be as fun at low levels. Hunter is more fun at low levels, but currently I would be more in the mood if I had to pick between the two. I would be more in the mood for Loremaster. But I guess the important things with Loremaster is know that they are a lot squishier than Hunter, especially until you can get Water Lore at level 77. I think it's 77, which is a quite nice level. And in general, Hunters will just be faster and have more options for travel, less squishy. They even have decent self-healing and at much lower levels than the Loremaster. Okay, the scout is probably down this way. On Mongoose, you are new to the game but not MMOs, but you have no idea what you want to play. Tried man champion but can't get into it. If you have not seen, I have class guides and other videos with the classes that might help more, but yeah, as far as champion goes, that's personally one of the less exciting classes to me. If you want a melee warrior type class, you could consider Guardian. But wow, my damage is so much higher. It's like you can read the tooltip and see you do double damage, but actually experiencing that in the game, things die just twice as fast if you're doing double damage. It's crazy. But yeah, if you want that sort of warrior type class, Guardian could be an option, but something to be aware of is they are more oriented for tanking in terms of like end game and group content. Not that they can't DPS, but kind of similar to the Minstrel. That is just the way it usually is with groups, is Guardian would be tank and Minstrel, where this class would be DPS. All these poor dwarves just getting grabbed by the tentacles. Wow, that was my crits. I didn't even devastate, and that was easily 2k higher than my previous highest devastate. That was easy.
We will reclaim the lost halls of
I want Studier of the Watcher. That is actually a good hat. Is it good looking? No, that does not look anything like the icon. That was deceptive. And here we can get... I really wonder why they let you select other class allies. Like, what if I want a Hunter Sword of Legend and dual wield as a Minstrel? There's Moria, briefly. Last time I was here, this was not open. Strange. I will get Minstrel Songbook, and I'm out of inventory space. I will get Minstrel Songbook in a second. Let's go ahead and do some inventory clearing. Crafting stuff, I'm just not gonna keep at this point for this character. Any food I don't need, I'm going to not keep. Okay, keep that. Keep that. Oh, definitely want to keep the infused stuff. And then I might pop an XP boost for this character to... I mentioned getting like level don't want that sword anymore. Mentioned getting level 52, 53, something like that, to skip straight to the higher level zones. So specifically the zones that I was thinking about doing, wow, I have a lot of cosmetic pets here. I was thinking about starting actually with the middle zone. This is oddly one of the zones I have not done as much, Zella Malek. I did that, I think I started that on my Lore Master or Beorning or something. And then I've done Flaming Deeps and Redhorn Loads. I really like both of those zones. Waterworks probably wouldn't do that one. Durin's Way, I could actually do Durin's Way than Zella Malek. Particularly if you could just randomly start Durin's Way in the Yazargund camp. I don't know where cap came from, but yeah, I think that's Yazargund. Oh, that's weird. But that camp, if I could start it there and then head east, that would actually be of great interest to me, because that is the part of the zone I've done least. I think I have done this one time many years ago. Hello, both Bella and Hansu. So, Same Empire, you have Redline Guardian? Oh, on your PC 2005. Wow, you couldn't tank without crippling lag. Oh, and nobody ever admitted you to in-game raid as Redline Guardian. Yeah, that's unfortunately the case. I think back in the day, the classes before the trait trees were designed a little bit differently. I think that's one of the things that with Lotro class balance and how they want to balance these specs might be a little bit odd, like their philosophy around it. And it's one of the things that I was thinking about with somebody mentioned Orion in their PvMP post. That's why I think it could be beneficial for them to do something similar with PvE and balance class design even with the game, because something I'm just curious about is what really is their philosophy with balancing the classes. Do they still believe in the old style where each class generally did like one thing in group content before they had the trait trees as they do? At least in my experience, that's the way it was. I guess I can keep map to Rivendell. Okay, final check. Light from Gundabad, that sounds good. Blazon of the Great Alliance, that sounds good to keep. And I'll sell everything else.
Greetings, friend.
Or, while it's going on about, do they want each class to be basically designed around only having viable what they used to have back before the trait trees, or do they actually want each spec for the classes, each class to be viable? And I even think the player base, I think some people believe, for example, Redline Minstrel, Redline Guardian shouldn't be like viable DPS because the Minstrel should be healer and the Guardian should be tank. Whereas, as it might sound like, I would probably tend to disagree with that, because for me, if the Minstrel Guardian, if they have a DPS spec, to me there's no reason it shouldn't be viable, or at least attempted to be made viable. Like, they shouldn't purposefully not have them viable is what I'm trying to say.
Greetings, friend. Are you lost?
And also, there are some complications, so why I'm picking on Guardian and Minstrel, while I'm playing Minstrel right now, and Guardian has been brought up, but there are definitely some complications with that idea from the way things used to work, because I wasn't around for much of this, but things like the Captain used to, as far as I've heard, been able to do all healing, tanking, DPSing, like not using their aggro skills. They could do all that stuff in a raid and not have to switch between the specs, so they're a little bit odd because now they're all split up. Even things like Warden, you could use your high threat gamuts to do more tanking, or I don't really know, probably DPS gamuts. I don't remember them doing great damage back in the day though. At least Isengard day. Things like, or other classes. Yeah, Lore Masters, they had all their stuff in of course, focused on support. Same with Burglar, focused on support. And that's what tends to be viable with the Lore Master and Burglar is support. Don't see blue line Lore Masters and raids. Maybe with update 33, Murder of Crows really is a strong ability. Have I taught my cat to play my character? They try to. She will, when she sits around this area, she doesn't sit on the keyboard, which is a good thing. It's probably too like spiky since it's a mechanical keyboard. Not the biggest fan of this keyboard, but since it came bundled with GPU, and I was looking to try a keyboard like this anyway, and it's not like horrible. But I'm a fan of a kind of laptop style keys. I prefer those over the mechanical keyboard. I think there are low profile mechanical keyboards I could get, but yeah, anyway, with a cat, she doesn't sit on them, but she will sit and press her tail on a key and turn my character a lot. And PC specs for relevant ones, Lotro is installed on SSD. That is important. And I have RTX 3070 Ti for GPU, which is hardly ever fully utilized in Lotro. I don't think it ever is. And then i9-11900K CPU and some amount of RAM that is 2666 megahertz, something like that. So Infused Garnet, these quests, I love these quests actually. So I do have in Garnets, I have Adamants, and I have Sapphires. These are both Garnet guys though. Training all this one's fun. I love these quests. I think I just said that, but just to repeat it.
Many armories and forges.
I did have XMP, but I ran into an issue with that, and I have not looked back into fixing it. So that is something I need to re-look into. That's the reason why it's running so slow. Somebody wanted some Minstrel AoE. Here we go. I was not quite ready to fully jump into this, by the way. This would be a really nice time to actually have all my AoEs. I'm gonna have to click these while I kite, I think. Wait, why is my running so weird? There we go. I think I had auto run on. Oh my, this is bad. There we go. Finally got an ability off. That's all I was trying to do. Oh, I'm about to die. Okay. I'm really playing this poorly. I'm alive, but I'm playing it poorly. I shouldn't have to use a potion. Like, I should just be able to get through this. And since people keep wanting to be out of line of sight, these orcs are smarter than I give them credit for. Okay, we're getting through it. Yeah, and the thing with Garsticus, the thing with specs in Lotro is, yeah, Lotro is not the most optimized with using all of that. As far as motherboard, what motherboard do I have? I'm thinking it's Asus. Is Asus ASRock? I actually forget. Oh, my headphones are about to die. That ain't great. I guess I have been using them basically all day. But yeah. Don't remember on the motherboard, just that it's Asus. Well, we got through that, but it could have been better. Okay, before I totally get my audio messed up from this dying, I will force it. Yeah, that's one reason. There are a couple of reasons I actually went with the 11900K for a CPU upgrade. even though that probably would normally not be the best choice. One is single core performance for Lotro. And I have noticed the CPU has definitely been better for Lotro than my old one, and which was 7700K. And then it was actually cheap. It was cheaper than even the other ones I was looking at were the AMD, all the AMD similar-ish CPUs from what I remember back then looking is. Yeah, they were expensive. I'm trying to get my wire here, but apparently I have a wire that's going on. I have my phone charger, I have the webcam wire, and I have my microphone wire. And I think I have some other random USB cables. Is what's going on there. It's a momentary break. The cat's like not even... Like, while I'm taking a break, the focus is supposed to be on the cats. There we go. Does Lotro work for Mac? It does not right now. And the reason is the launcher, while the game client, you can launch it in 64-bit. The launcher still has 32-bit stuff, which as far as I know, that's why it doesn't work with Mac. But you can, I think you have to do Wine or some sort of Windows emulator to get Lotro to work. So people do get Lotro working on Mac, but there are steps involved with that. Okay. Cat scratches. Cat rear end. And we're back. Yeah, SSD really helps with Lotro. It's kind of surprising to me just how much it helps, but it really does. Yeah, that's really nice with SSDs. With my case, there's very limited room in the backside of it for cables without, well, pushing on the glass, which is not good. So yeah, and just, let's see, so for connecting old, I don't even know calling them old solid state drives, but for SATA SSDs, wait, why am I logging out this character? I have no idea why I did that. I think I wanted to leave the instance, and being totally distracted, but yeah, you would have the power cable and then the one to actually connect it to the motherboard. And I have a lot of hard drives because I just use all my old ones because why not? And the storage space is nice, but yeah, I think I have two SATA SSDs, one SATA SSD, and then 2 hard disk drives. Okay, back on Minstrel. We're out of the instance like I originally intended. We have, oh, these guys. I might actually do missions, so those are good to get accepted. And then I wanted to turn in the quest, but if I was thinking about doing if I was thinking about using an XP boost, I'd actually rather just do as many of these as I can. Mythal Slaves isn't quite as fun, but it's not like a bad thing. I don't even know what to call these, like instance quests. They're the old LI dailies. Wait, have an instance in progress? What? Oh no. Do I have to finish this to do that? Probably. If I remember correctly, that's how it works. Okay. So if I'm going to do an hour XP boost, I could do all the Xenobalzar missions. Could do all the Wild One ones. Those are a bit slower though. But if I'm trying to get level... I don't know, I could actually try to start this now, I think. Trying to get maybe level 52. That could be a decent target level, I think. Using an XP boost wouldn't be a bad idea. But another consideration is with starting the stream earlier, I plan to only play for about half an hour longer than I am now, about 2 hours. So I can also, Marina, similarly get back to doing some schoolwork. So yeah, I have to, in the middle of the stream, randomly decide what I'm going to do. I thought there was something else. Oh yeah, so there actually is. I'll go ahead and I can turn these in and use an XP boost. That's no problem. I just might not be here for the full hour, but I have tons of these, so we'll see where I can get. Now it should be able to travel. Oh, training hall. This is a different one than I was thinking. I was thinking this one was, oh, the Mythal Slaves. Apparently the Mythal Slaves are different than what I thought they were. I thought this was the one with all the Morobal. That's really fun to me. I am really missing not having many trait points as I normally would like to have. Although I guess I haven't technically done Moria on a Minstrel, so I don't know why oh, I know I'm expecting to have Moria Ease. So I personally have not played a Minstrel through Moria that at least I am remembering right now. But I have played, I think, more than once with a Minstrel through Moria. Not me playing it, somebody else playing a Minstrel through Moria, I mean. So I am familiar with what they have done there, and they definitely had more AoEs than I have now. Which would mean they have more trait points. Sometimes it's easy to not pull everything here. So just trying to make sure I do that. Might as well drag them all, keep running the whole time. Alright, AoE. To me, it's more fun that way. That's like the whole point of these instances, is to do big AoEs. It comes from that old Warden mindset. Oh, we still have a lot of orcs. I did not see all those orcs there. We have problems. I need potions. Yes, potions. Didn't want to use both of those, but there we go. I should also have some wound potions somewhere. I should have a skill that removes those. Let's see, is it this guy? Oh, you can use it while moving. I didn't even know that. We're playing this so poorly, yet I'm somehow still alive. Okay, and then ideally I would switch stances, but I don't think I need to anymore. Yeah, there we go. Big heal up. We're safe. We're living. Whew. Wait. Why does it say talk to him to travel to the Mithril mine? What? I am so confused. Did I not? What happened? I was working on got the ore fragments. Oh, I can't even leave the instance? Did I break this on accident? I might actually have to log out the character to leave now. I guess I could like port to Bree, but Alexander, you can do higher level, or you can do instances with a higher level player, basically have them run you through it to get XP. All the quests will give you XP and the mobs will give you XP. The maximum level above yours that you can run it is 10 levels and still get quest XP, but mob XP I think stops 7 levels above, something like that. Brawler has been buffed. I've heard it's decent. Oh no, I'm still in here. There's no leave instance. Can I boot up an instance? That would be interesting if I can just boot up an instance from here. I mentioned doing school at Ben Meerdane, so I wonder if I got moved. Is there a landscape cave that matches this? No, it's called the Mythal Slaves. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's me in it. Oh, it said 2 drives. Something happened. Failed. Oh, I failed. I failed to drive the orcs from the mines. There were no orcs left. This game is crazy. I really do apparently enjoy breaking instances in the game, though. Also, now know this thing can be used while moving. I thought I had an induction for some reason. I'm not using my coda much. I should use it more. Maybe I'll move that to shift 5. Although I don't know if I have enough trait points that the coda is even worth using, though. It might just be better to spam my ballads than even use the coda at this point. I don't even know, does this make it... Yeah, this will refresh Call of the Second Age. That would probably be the one reason I would want to use it. I also forget this boss exists. Ooh, that's a pretty decent heal. I thought it would be weaker in Redline. Where'd that guy come from? Oh, he has low health. Wrong ability. It's kind of funny with Minstrel. I'm either used to very low level Minstrel or high level Minstrel, because I had a 120 boosted one on Arkenstone that was probably my 3rd most played character on Arkenstone, oddly enough. At least 120 plus character. And the because Minstrels are, to me at least, a fairly fun class. Oh, I got silenced. That ain't good. Might have to use a potion here. Use this. Definitely gonna use a potion. Oh, I'm just pulling more enemies. Trying to get used to this kiting and using the shift bar. That was a tough one for me. My fingers just don't move that way. Let's see. I think that's my one chance. Oh, I'm still alive. Wow. Oh no, I'm pulling more. Why did I do that? Oh, Bubble? Save me, Bubble? Okay, I'm going this way. We're gonna line of sight things. Actually, I'm going to... Nope. Never mind. We'll just use the heal. Okay, that dude's not ranged. Okay, I still have a signature, I think, archer on me. Yep, there he is. But the leader's almost down. Leader's a scary one, I think. If they're in melee, the archer, of course, does more damage. Yes, Dawn, you did miss the acquiring of the allies. That was crazy. I don't know how I lived. Even on the Hunter, though, I don't have to use the shift bar as much. I have, the way I have my Minstrel set up here, at least, I have shift 1, shift 2, shift 3. All the ballads there for when my cries and calls are on cooldown. And yes, Hope Token food. I actually have food. I have useful food, 42 vitality. That's a decent chunk of health. Daleman's crams. I could even slot my heraldries. I don't have all the stuff slot on my allies. This is going to be actually a decent stat boost. Here we go. So I could do that and then yellow enhancement rune. Best to use that on the heraldry. There we go. And do I have any other ally stuff? I have more enhancement runes, but no real reason to use those on anything other than the heraldry at this point. Okay, so one of the nice things about school running it the first time is getting these. Same with library. Make sure I get those. Useful for deeds. Also, I think for the Eregion zone deeds, some of the Slayer deeds there, these mobs count towards that? Yeah, Dunlending's in Themirdain specifically, and Dunlending's in Eregion. So yeah, good to run these for a couple reasons. Of course, it'd be more efficient if you're like looking to be efficient with running these. Having a full 3-man group would be faster, but to me it's just a fun challenge type thing to try it solo. Especially with the Minstrel, a bit of an odd class that I have not done this type of stuff too much. Okay, so I'm guessing at this level, or at this point with this character, I will have to focus on the ads. I thought wasn't there supposed to be the Forge Master and the Town Services? Did they remove that? I have Seeker of the Deep Places. Oh, I think I know why I don't have that. I think it is because I have the low-level version of this, because this character got the Town Services before I got my allies and got Seeker of the Deep Places. So, yeah. Also, I have some tracery boxes. Might as well open those, I figure. Perfect valid damage. Do I even have Clash Tracery slots? Raise the Spirit Healing. Cord of Salvation crit chance. Okay. These are better than no traceries, that's for sure. I'll put them both on the songbook. Does that work? Well, it actually does work. Neat. Okay, so I think everything else is going to be enhancement runes for this level. It's actually a lot. I could consider going ahead and using those. Okay, so I don't think you can reforge at level 51, but I thought I would check. Oh, these are actually 2 different item levels. That's interesting. Oh yeah, the songbook could be reforged. Oh well. I'm curious if the sword would be reforgeable. We'll have to test that. But what I'm thinking is I'll start off with a bubble. I don't even know how long that lasts. 30 seconds. And we will try to get the... let's see. I'm going to do that. That. I feel like just saying I'm going to do that is not helpful, but that's the way I have to think about it. Okay, Court of Salvation, line that up well. I think I already used the anthems, but I'll use them again. And then I want to remove my fear. Actually, I'm going to use, perhaps, using Bolster Courage just to heal me during downtime is not the worst idea. Okay. I could have timed that better, but we got it. Nice. Oh, and I got a tracery. Raise the Spirit Healing. Court of Salvation. Crit chance. You know what? I don't know. That could be worth disenchanting for 40 Ancient Scripts, to be honest. But I'll go ahead and replace this. Now, if anything else is attempting to hit me, it'll be out of line of sight. Surprised these Dunlending don't pull if you don't actually hit them. I'm not sure I ever realized that because usually the AoEs just end up hitting them. Okay, I think I want to get Call of the Second Age reset. His blood boils over. I think that is true. Same here, I want Call of the Second Age to go ahead and reset, so I'll use Coda. Oh, that actually crit for a lot. Dissonant Strike gives incoming healing modifier, okay. I feel like I sometimes, from the relative weakness of it in the past, underrate the ability. So this is a point where, as I feel like I've been mentioning a lot, there's the danger of potentially getting one shot here. So I will get distracted by a cat. And then I will... Oh, 11-year gift box, all that stuff. Okay. Start this off. I think if you get closer to him, that one-shot type ability... I guess I could actually use my bubble. Yeah, if I use my bubble. Whew. What does he say? How dare you fight me at range? Yeah, that was bad. When he said, how dare you fight me at range, that's... when you gotta get close. Well, we can try this again. I know I have the XP boost going on, but I don't care about using it all too efficiently. And hello, Professor Andre. He said, good night, you are Brazilian. I'm guessing you mean good night as more of a hello. Don't hear too many people, or hear from too many people from Brazil with Lotro, but occasionally do. Isn't it more fun when you just pull it all at once? Ah, we sort of had a cat stream. Oops. Oh, this is a weird one, but that's what happens when you accidentally click something on OBS. Wait, what was that? Was that... Oh, that's desktop. That is what it is, okay. Y'all might remember I did that screen in some videos. There we go, temporary cat stream break. I don't want to disturb her though, because then she'll be up and bothering me. Can see the other cat, right? Oh, where's my finger? There it is. Too late. There she is again. Almost got all though. I got a 6 point something K crit. Oh, this guy was hiding. I actually did not see him. Well, the light could still reach him. Yeah, really mad on that last orc. 3 exclamations? Yes, Queen Piper is sleeping. Getting a little dark outside. Probably makes the lighting actually look better in here. I was going to wait for my bubble. Restores power on expiration. That's very random. There we go. Took all the bubble and I survived. Oh, we gotta get away. Wait. No. I don't know. We can keep trying this, but I will have to kill all the ads again, which isn't necessarily bad XP. I mean, I get all that grind XP. which adds up, but like it's a good dense area of mobs and I get Slayer Deed progress. So I guess it's not bad that I keep repeating this, but it gets repetitive. I never paid too much attention to what's going on here, but yeah, there's an upstairs and everything here. Can't get to it. Can even see like it's an outdoor. I always feel like I'm inside a building in this, but it's outdoors. With all these people from all over the world, we had somebody from Brazil, wherever the soccer is, somewhere in Europe, I think. And Hanksha, you are from France. And yeah, if you're in France, probably do sleep before my usual stream time, but thank you for stopping by. Anyway, speaking of that, there is a game that I have recently been made aware exists called GeoGuessr that I thought could be fun to randomly play at some point. I don't know if anybody here has heard of it or has interest in it, but yeah. Oh, somebody else from Brazil. Maybe there are more people interested in Lotro from Brazil than I thought. Well, that didn't work out well. I was very unprepared for that fight. I thought I'd try to pull it all, though. I think one of the reasons that failed is because while I was running in and pulling the people in the back, that meant I was getting hit by the people in the front from my perspective, which I believe is actually the back of the room. Like, that's essentially like a classroom looking thing. GeoGuessr Lotro version, that would actually be fun to me. I think Lotro specifically, rather than Lord of the Rings, also works well because I think there are some areas in Lotro that may not be explicitly mentioned. Link and other references, and with Lotro you also have what the whole street view thing. You could just do that anywhere in the game. That actually would be fun. Once again, got all the damn, I'm silenced right now. I don't think that got rid of my silence, but it would be really interesting if it did. Oh, it breaks any silence effects on you. Doesn't say that in the technical description anywhere, but it does that. That is good to know, actually. Oh, my health is low. My health is low is not a good thing. In case there was any confusion about that. Okay, I got a nice crit on the enraged guy that I wasn't attacking. Boy, my mouth is not working well with words today. Dwarfromantic. Never heard of that. That is a strategy style game. Yeah, I've never heard of that one. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, it didn't do his thing. Well, there we go. I wonder if that's because I didn't hit him when I ran up to him. Okay, heal. I gotta stay close to him, but I also have to stay high health. If he does his thing, I might do both potions at once. Okay, I'm going to do. Wait. Oh, he just hit me regular, I think. Yeah, he just hit me regular there. I was close. I feel like after that attempt, I can get through this. I have some slightly new strategies, too. I don't know, if y'all are getting tired of this same instance on repeat, let me know, but I have probably a couple more attempts before I will be ready to move on to other things. Again, there is benefit. I'm still getting XP, getting Slayer Deed progress. For this character, I think it would be actually good to get these Slayer Deeds done. And I'm getting XP, if I did not already mention that. Oh, hey, I have 4 loot boxes. Let's filter and never hear about them again after those then. Tracery tokens, probably don't want to open those until high level. Oh, that's the token anyway. It's not even you actually get a tracery. New stream pal Louis Minstrel dying in Thin Mirdain. Not wrong. It's not like I'm working. I'm sort of working still on the 50 Valor stuff because this character was boosted from 50. But it's not like I'm working on getting my allies now. Acquiring allies, I think that's what I had in the title. It's a little bit of an odd move, but I thought I would try just straight up using my coda there. Seemed to not be terrible. That was a really nice devastate. Besides it doing like 5,800 damage, it was, I feel like, great timing. Nice. And I completed Soldiers of the Enemy, so there is a deed done. I got Elves of Rivendell rep. Okay, so do I risk it and not even use my bubble? Also, I could craft this character some pretty good level 51 armor if I really wanted to boost him up. Oh, no, he did that. No, he didn't. He did something else. Okay. So I actually am safe, but the bubble... Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to try to spend more time healing myself. Seems inefficient, but... I'll try to bolster my courage, see what happens. Okay, now that I have you close, it's time to die. This is my chance to do like a ton of damage on him. That is the one thing I've been waiting for this entire time. Ooh. There we go. No more repeating. And we got a yellow enhancement rune. Wonderful. We got, oh, some nice boots. That's a lot of finesse. That's actually a pretty good upgrade. And some gloves that are also a pretty good upgrade. There we go. Now I'd have an even easier time with this. Almost up to 6k morale. Okay, next up is the other one, library. Oh yeah, I forgot the reason I entered this was because I was stuck in that cave. I'm excited to see what happens when I leave. Am I still stuck? Will I be stuck there forever? I'm still in the Mithril Slaves. How did I break this so badly? Is there a secret exit that anybody is aware of? Somebody typed an emote. Ground roll? Is that what it's called? How do you get the ground roll emote? There's a way to find out. You don't even have to consult the Lotro wiki or anything. Available in the Lotro store. Okay. When I asked people what their favorite emote in Lotro was, a lot of people said ground roll. It's one I didn't even know was in the game. I thought it might have been more like a... Is that like a barrel roll when you go forward? Was that an old Donkey Kong game where they said do a barrel roll? Oh, you can actually leave this? Where's it gonna take me? Dolphin View, okay. I did not know you could leave the instance part of that. Wait, did my character... Oh, that's weird when I left the instance. I wonder if my character appeared offline that whole time. Because it sounds like for the kin, it looks like I just logged in, and I just got like the kin message of the day again. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, 11 Seas is a good emote. I guess this character would have to open the 11-year gift box. feel like it's always time for 11 Cs, which might sound a bit odd. Oh, it's raining. I was like, it's kind of noisy out there. That would be why. It's nice that it's raining and not snowing for once. But yeah, I'm going to, while we enjoy 11 Cs, that's actually perfect. I am going to use the restroom. We'll do, have a, wrong one. There we go. Okay, be right back. I am back, and it is Lotro Inception up there. There we go. Yeah, when I got back, the cat left, but left and came up here. Huang, you asked if the instrument the minstrel uses has any effect on the abilities and attacks at all. And in general, no, but not the minstrel type, or what did I say? Not the instrument type, but the instrument itself will have different stats that can, of course, impact your character. For example, this lute has makes echoes of battle damage type to ancient dwarf make, and it decreases healing skills power cost. So I think in general certain instruments do have certain types of stats, but you can also, as far as I know at least, cosmetically equip whatever instrument you want in the range slot. That is something that might be worth testing though, because I'm not 100% sure, just because of how little I play minstrels. Not 100% sure that works that way. Okay, so I have retry available for the Mithril Slaves. In the meantime, we'll run Library. And then after Library, I'm thinking I'll do the Elite Drake's Quest, or at least attempt it in Eregion, just because that's a fun one.
The library at Thom Mirdine once held much of the knowledge of the early ages and withstood the brunt of Sauron's attack against Eregion, though much of the surviving lore was carried away by Sauron half-elven.
Actually, I forgot my train of thought. Got distracted by Kin Chat, which was of no relevance to me, it seemed. Alright, we want all the Pale Folk to join. Not just some of them, but all of them. And I also have a cat in my way, which makes this a tad bit harder. Like, it's already not the easiest to fight all these things, but she would tell you otherwise, but she's not the most helpful right now. At least I'm spending so much on confusing the orcs and not just myself. Oh wow, there's still a Gondor raid. from tier 2 Throne of the Dread Terror instrument that has all the stats for both specs. I did not know that. And yeah, that would, if you don't want the morale, that would be quite nice. Alright, guess we'll get the books. I have had so many people following me on Twitter lately, which is kind of odd because I've been posting less on Twitter lately. It's nice when my sequence of abilities, while a little bit odd, actually flows really well like that. I forget the bleeds, or not the bleeds, but the damaging poisons do a lot of damage in this one. When they did some rebalancing, I'm thinking around Grey Mountains days, whatever, where dragons dwell, I think that was the name of the update, update 23. If I remember correctly, that is when the poisons here seemed to be at a peak and how strong they were. Oh, here's one of those books. And I think there's another one in the library in this instance. And we can't do the challenge mode, so I could actually go ahead and clear out some of these crows. It would not be a problem. Really is not a problem, apparently. Just about one shot. Almost all of them. I think there's still, yep, one left. Oh, yeah, we have to do the books. Don't have to, but I would like to. The work finally learned his lesson after all this time. But then he sees his end anyway. If y'all cannot read that or didn't see, he said, "My weapon made that one weak." I think that's referring when I killed one of the pale folk. Cat is back. These ballads have pretty short animations. Alright, all I know is interrupt these bosses. I always forget which boss is which and what they do, but that's the general game plan with them. And of course remove debuffs and try to not die. Oops. Hold on, you said your launcher is stuck on installing prerequisites. Oh, I was not paying attention. Okay, I think I'm alive. I interrupted him. One thing you might be able to do, other people might have good advice for that. I haven't had to deal with it too much, but at worst, you might want to reinstall the game. That would be, I think reinstalling the game, while it might take a bit of time, would be better than completely missing out on the 15th anniversary event. If you can get the launcher to where you can repair the game data, I don't see why that would help, but it is another option. No, not the wrong one. order again. Oh wow, these Overmasters, they actually make it really convenient with this boss. I didn't even realize that. But for you all that don't know, the mechanics of these fights with the Overmasters and the Pale Folk is if a Overmaster is nearby a Pale Folk, if you damage the Pale Folk, it will distribute its damage to, or set that backwards. If you damage the Overmaster there, the big orc, then it's the damage it takes will actually redistribute to the Pale Folk, and the Overmaster won't take the damage. So it's very convenient to just target them and let your AoEs do their thing and win the fight that way. But I might have to use this potion. It's the whole point of potions existing, so might as well get it used. This guy is the one that I guess he just packs a punch. He's dual wielding after all and looks more... Oh, that might be a bad stun. Looks some more stronger. Not just stronger, but more stronger. Will Louis die? Oh no, I was about to say I won't, but that got really scary at that last moment there. Yeah, it is nice that high elves and dwarves have their own unique battle shouts. It adds a little bit of variety than just constant screams, which isn't necessarily completely bad. Ascendant Flame. Oh, one of the big things with the LI system at the low levels is that just to me, it seems like you should start on each LI, have each type of tracery. Because, like, there's randomly the roll tracery is missing on that one, and this one, yeah, it doesn't have a roll tracery or a heraldry tracery. It's just, I don't think the best introduction to the system. Right, boss fight. I think it's worth eating some masterful mashes. Oh, a variety of tasty foods. I just assumed that was mashed potatoes. Without it specifying which foods they are, it's kind of hard to believe they really are tasty, though. Alright, where are they craving? Might as well go ahead and pull them and attack them on my command. In my experience, this guy is an oddly easy fight. The challenge mode, of course, adds challenge because you can't kill the Kraven. But if you can kill the Kraven, as this character can, he is, again, in my experience, not quite as difficult as the other ones. Not that the other ones are really difficult, it's just that big, the fat orc variety one. Apparently packs a decent punch at this point. And a Minstrel is a light armor class. That's another consideration with like the damage I take. I am light armor and my mitigation is 40%, but still that's only 40%. Tactical is not bad because as a will-based class, that gives tactical mit. Oh, official Lotro website is inaccessible. I have heard of some people having issue with that. One thing, I don't know if this worked for whoever was having issue, but somebody else commented that using a VPN might work for that. I don't know if that's an option for you, but sounds like that could be a potential solution. What is my finesse like? 21.5? That might be decent for this level. If I was using combat analysis, I could know for sure, but wow, 40. That's a lot of stats, but I guess that's the way it is. 130 is crazy with stats. It goes, I think at that point it starts doubling in stats every new item level range with each level cap increase. So stats speed. Why am I keep logging out? Oh, I thought I was logging out. I had a notification on my phone, and I'm suspecting it's because I talked about it, but once again got a new follower on Twitter. I have... how many followers? Wow, up to 559. I mainly share just like post when I go live on YouTube or have a new video sometimes. And I'll retweet, mainly Jimmy. But we'll occasionally retweet stuff. Or sometimes post screenshots. I used to do that more though. Oh, infused garnet. Oh yeah, we never even did this. Okay, let's try to not break it this time. I'm going to do the same strategy because that's the way these are meant to be done, right? But I'm going to make sure that I don't kill the boss until all the little orcs are down. Because I'm guessing that potentially is what caused some of the issue there. Like, make sure I get all the ore fragments. And if this breaks again, I'll just go to Bree because I want to go do missions anyway. Actually, I'll probably use my map home and go to Ekadanan because I wanted to do the Sapphires, that's right. I think it's Sapphires is the one I will be using. Okay, let's heal up. I feel like I'm getting a bit many orcs. Not like a bit many that I can't take them out, but before I do the Mine Overseer. Okay, all we need is the Mine Overseer. It is so far working. And Brandon, yeah, no problem being late to this stream. It was towards the end-ish of the stream, but glad you were able to catch it as well. Okay, we got it. We need to use the Ancient Anvil. So far, this seems to be working. So it would be a good opportunity for a screenshot of this character with his glowing hands and everything, but it's such bad lighting in this cave. Okay, seemed to have not broken it that time, so that is a success, I guess. And then one of the things that I find sort of odd about traveling between, I don't know, in and out of Moria really, is, oh yeah, don't you have to do some of these quests? Well, I'll have to do book 2, chapter 1 to unlock the rep items. I have tons of those rep items, or at least used to on my Bear Warning. I should be able to boost this guy's rep up to max fairly easily. Wonder if I've looted any rep items. I guess not. But yeah, traveling in and out of Moria, specifically between Ekadanan and the area I'm at now, is sort of annoying, but it's hard to fault the traveling. 21st Hall, that would be such a good place to get. I'd have to spend a Mithril coin, which I wouldn't really mind doing to quickly get there. So that should have me set for getting back to Moria. Having 21st Hall, assuming I can get that at this point. Which, speaking of, I am actually level 52, so I reached my level goal. I still have 10 minutes left on the XP boost. That one I'm not in too much worry about. Oh, I could actually just go... Yeah, there's no Bree port. That is the odd part here. And at this level, you can't get to Galtrav. Oh well. And yes, Andrew, that is exactly what you might have missed, but that is exactly what I just got done running those 2 dailies, and I was going to do the Sapphire ones, and contemplating how I wanted to do the traveling for that. But I think I'll just go use my return home and keep my milestone here for now. I'll find my way back to Moria eventually somehow. Okay, so who is the infused person over here? No, I thought it was over here. Maybe not. Hello, Alex. Here they are. And the fun one. Siege of Baron Morlas. I actually don't know if I remember that one, but the fun one, a fleet. My mouth really is not doing good with words today, but a flight of drakes.
Pamba, the resting place of one of the famed forces.
Hopefully this one I can get through. I've known in the past this one has been a tad tough to solo, especially because these are tactical damage mobs. They do all the fire damage, and I mean, they're elites, they have a lot of morale and the such. Might take a bit to get through, but based on this single fight, this is going to be a while, but based on that single fight, I do think it is manageable. Did I already use these? I think I did. Oh well. I don't know if I'm quite ready to AoE these strikes, but chain pulling them hopefully isn't too much of a problem. I don't know if I got any of the little drakelings on me. As far as I can tell, I did not. Oh, didn't mean to use that, but it's okay. Really like Echoes of Battle damage buff at this point. I think that's ticking, what was it, like 622? Seems about right. This one's a yearling, but it's still an elite. Upgrading graphics for that game, that is more of a rumor that has not really been announced, and I think the reason for that rumor is EG7, the parent company of the studio that develops Lotro, said that they are planning visual and technical upgrades for the game. Never mentioned graphics or anything like that, but that has been spread into a rumor of graphics update, it seems. And Standing Stone Games themselves, the actual developers of Lotro, have stated that it's more, what they are planning is more so smaller, like iterative updates over time. Pretty, I would almost say obvious stuff, like just using newer assets and newer areas. And maybe making some upgrades that could be applied to older areas. Yeah, optimizing the servers and even optimizing the performance of the game would also be much more welcome by me. Servers definitely, with the recent 15th anniversary, recent and ongoing, and influx of players, sounds like they're chugging a little bit. Again, this is the one time it actually feels nice to be on a low population server. Nor has not been too laggy. I've noticed a couple lag spikes, not really any today, but hasn't been too laggy during this time. Oh, I don't even need any more yearlings according to that. Well, according to the quest text, I actually do. I guess Ravening Drake don't need any of those, huh? It's more the yearlings and the hatchlings. And then don't we need to defeat a Drake boss at the end of this? Something like that. Oh, I thought that would be okay, but I kind of hit too many abilities on accident. Well, at least hatchlings have a decent bit of morale compared to the orcs I was hitting. Oh, I thought it said they had like 10, 12k when I first clicked them. Maybe not. There was a time a while ago that they were talking about new customization options and I think new hairstyles for some. Oh no, I did die. I was hoping to get through this without any deaths. That was more so from my incompetence in that fight. Like, I could have, even should have maybe lived through it. Anthem. Thing with this tracery is it's better than nothing. Otherwise, I would not use that. And they're flashing. Yeah, in addition to aggroing the second group, I could have used my heals, even potions, and survived that. I have more potions. Oh, just like here. I fortunately killed him, but my health was getting low. Minstrels are really comical when you get to thinking about it. Is my quest not progressing anymore? Like, it might be progressing, but... Am I breaking stuff again? Because these don't say that they're counting anymore, and I have not seen my progress go up since I actually paid attention to it. We'll see. I'll kill this yearling and double check that, but... I might just have to abandon this little Flight of Drakes project at this point. Okay, it's still progressing. That's good. I wonder if I was at 7 out of 20, and that's when I looked at it instead of 7 out of 10. Also, the quest text apparently says, hunt down the younger drakes while avoiding their elder brethren. Not done a great job on that. I think Carmopolis about learning the Warden. It's... With the gambit system, you can definitely get by without knowing all the gambits, but it really helps knowing all of them, or at least most of them, and when they're useful, because some gambits, the reality is that some gambits are situationally useful that you might not really need that much, but then they come in handy in specific situations. I think the gambit system, the way it's built on patterns, might help make it easier to learn. But yeah, if you don't like the gambit system, it can definitely be a bit tough to get into. Need one more of each. I forget that there are so many out here, and that this actually extends a bit far east. It has been a good while since I've run this, though. Oops. Didn't mean to target the little drakeling, but I was planning on attacking him anyway. Oh, here we go. We have to defeat the Wing Mother now. So we're avoiding all the elderly drakes, but then we have to go kill the Wing Mother anyway. Bit odd. I also am just remembering, like, I thought there was a reason to use Call of Rome before your other stuff, but I'm just, like, suddenly remembering that it does give a light mitigation debuff. Oh, this is an elite master? Okay. I think we can do it, but again, with them being tactical, as a touch on the scary side. I don't think I have an interrupt, but they're doing a frontal AoE, so that's all good. And that's actually good. They took all that time to do the induction and the such. It gave me an opportunity to just attack them. Okay, I'm going to do bolster courage even. It's so hard to not use my interrupt. I think that one I would have wanted to interrupt though. I am totally messing up with my stuff right now. Will I survive? I think that's an easy answer to that question. Oh, now I have to use the Ancient Anvil even. Which is, I was thinking it was east, but it could be west where the Drake Mother was. Oh, it's actually north. Neither. Sort of west end, but more so north of where I was. Oh, somebody's here to actually take me out.
Greetings to you.
I got some nice... Oh, those are actually task items. Could turn those in for XP, or I could sell them for precious silver that I don't really need. And I think my XP boost is probably, yeah. Oh, I gotta turn this in real quick. Okay, there we go. I could have missed out on half that XP. And yeah, this character I think is pretty ready if I can get to questing in. Specifically starting Yazargun in Durin's Way. If I can just randomly start in the middle there like I'm hoping, I am ready for that. Well, there's a completely useless tracery for this character, so I will disenchant that. One thing I wouldn't mind doing though, I'm about to wrap up this stream, Zocker, but the final thing I will do in this stream is I just want to spend some motes of enchantment on my Warden as the wrap-up activity. But for some thoughts on the Minstrel experience, one, besides breaking things, it was pretty fun. Actually, breaking things was also fun, I gotta admit. But yeah, I'm having fun with the Minstrel, so my next stream might even be getting into Moria questing on him. I don't know why, but I am in the mood for Minstrel. If I had to rate the classes right now, it would probably still be Warden at the top, even if I'm less in the mood for it at the moment. And then it'd be Minstrel number 2, Lore Master number 3, Baroning number 4. Did I say Guardian yet? Guardian number 4, Baroning number 5, Lore Master number 6. Wait, I already said Lore Master, didn't I? I'm confused. That's too many classes. But either way, that's the general. Lore Master was number 3. Runekeeper would be number 6. That's what it was. When will I stream next? I honestly have no idea. It could even be as early as tomorrow. And yeah, that's one of the things. Kixia? Yeah, Kixia. The Minstrel is a very fluid class. Like, if you don't even think about it as a class that plays music, like if it were a spell casting class, it would feel very thematically fun. I am describing this quite horribly, I think, but yeah, it's just a fun and, as you say, fluid class. And now it has buff damage. Especially the biggest difference I actually noticed in the damage is the little dot thing that provides the debuff, whatever that's called. It has a 2 swords icon when you're in the DPS stance, at least. War chant, or whatever that's called nowadays. War speech. War speech was the old name of it. Anyway, I gotta find out what I'm doing with this character. Oh yeah, spending most of enchantment. Since I'm at the cap, we can't let me be at the cap. I gotta make sure I don't like lose motes of enchantment. Yes, echoes of battles, and that does include timeless echoes of battle. Cat in the way. Alright, yeah, I could stream tomorrow, potentially. I would cut out any sort of leveling guide video work that I want to do, but I got most of my errands done today, actually. And it's all rainy outside anyway. What am I doing? Going out of Lalia's market? That's the thing about that port. It's very conveniently located, but you actually have to remember where you are and going outside of the market. And I wanted, might as well get VIP rewards while I'm here, but I wanted to spend most of enchantment. So yeah, final thoughts on Minstrel. Fun. I'm excited to play more Minstrel. And future content might be more Minstrel at this rate. And there's the wrap up as I try to find the Motes of Enchantment vendor, and I want to buy a level 130 piece of something. Oh no, I could go weapon. No, I'd probably go jewelry if I had to guess. So we want Traveler's Jewelry Agility. There we go. That was all I wanted to do. So, as we watch the cat, I will really wrap up the stream, and I hope you all enjoyed it with all the Minstrel stuff. Definitely fun for me. And yeah, I hope y'all also look forward to maybe more Minstrel content over here. And as far as this stream goes, yeah, if y'all did enjoy it, please consider liking and subscribing for more, or becoming a channel member to support the content and the cat. And thanks for joining, chatting, and watching, everyone.